it's Emily. Welcome back to my anchor station, or episode 4 of my podcast if you are listening via Apple Podcasts. If you're listening via Anchor, feel free to call in with any questions or just to say hi. And if you are listening on Apple Podcasts, why not write me a review if you've got a spare couple of minutes? It would be awesome to see what you think of my podcast. Now on to the content. So I'm going to talk about something that I found difficult at work this week, and it might seem very random to some people, but just stick with me. So I had a difficult time at work because of a fluorescent jacket. Now, bear with me, I know that sounds absolutely ridiculous, but let me set the scene for you. So I'm sat at my desk working away. It's about 9 o'clock-ish, okay, let's call it 9:05, and a guy who's one of the company directors, he sits near me, and he cycles into work. Okay, so all good so far, fine. The problem I have is that each day this week, he has been hanging up his bright yellow fluorescent jacket on a coat hanger, which is fine, not a problem, but within sight, just behind my laptop. And oh my god, this fluorescent jacket is so bright, and for me, sensory wise, it's a nightmare. And I can't really tell him to move his fluorescent jacket because it's a jacket. Why would you tell someone to move a jacket off a coat hanger? But it is the brightest yellow I have ever seen, and dear lord, does it hurt my eyes. So that's one thing that has been kind of slowly eating me away, just this bright yellow jacket that is within my view, just behind my laptop, and it's kind of like, almost like a hotter than the sun kind of yellow, and it's the little things in life, like that cause slight sensoriness for me, but you know, I just handle it like an adult, or try to, and move on. So the second thing I wanted to discuss was, on Saturday I went for an eye test. Again, pretty normal, nothing particularly interesting. But when it comes to eye tests, I find them really difficult, because it's not that they're not, lovely people who do the eye tests, it's just that I have such problems with telling my left from my right, and they tell you to look up, look down, look left, look right, and I forever look the wrong way when they're shining a light in my eye. Also, I don't know if this is just like a UK thing, but I guess it's like a worldwide thing if you're like an optometrist or whatever it is. But when they do, they put the lens in front of your eye and they say, better with or without, or Emily, better with number 3 or number 4, number 3 or number 4, and they're flicking it really fast. And I can never tell what's better. And I guess it's not just me, but I find the whole experience, there's so much information that you have to process, and you have to think of things so fast, and they kind of expect you to have an instant response. And also they touch your eyes, not your eyes, but your eyelid, and it's a bit do you mind not getting in my personal space? But I understand that they kind of have to, but still, it's does anyone else have problems with eye tests, not knowing what to say, or whether something is clearer with or without a lens, or and they're forever trying to get me to buy contact lenses, and I've had the worst experience with the contact lenses, and my mum will back me up with this. Basically, I once tried a trial, in a what do you call them, a Vision Express store, a eye test place. Anyway, so I tried a trial and put the contact lenses in. I think the lady at the shop put them in for me, so it was fine. I didn't like the experience, obviously, because it's flipping jelly in your eye. But anyway, I went with it, and then she was like, right, you need to take it out, and I couldn't for the life of me take this goddamn contact lens out of my eye, and totally freaked and had the biggest sensory meltdown ever. My mum was with me. She was trying to get this contact lens out of my eye. The lady was with me. She was trying to get the contact lens out of my eye, and I just freaked. So basically, I don't want to wear contact lenses. If you haven't already guessed, I wear glasses. I can't see further than my feet, basically. The world is a fuzziness. So yeah, they always try and get me to buy contact lenses, and I'm always just like immediately like, no, I'm fine with glasses, because glasses don't touch your eyes, they don't mess with you. Glasses are the way forward, I feel, for me particularly. I totally understand, like, I'd love to be able to wear contact lenses for like sports and stuff, and like to go in the sea and be able to see like when like I'm surfing and stuff like that, like when like in the summer, but I just can't handle the contact lensness and the sensoriness of having like jelly in your eye. And yeah, that's my whole eye test ordeal, but I survived, and my prescription changed, and I'm gonna have to get new glasses and kill me, because that's gonna be a whole nother issue of trying to find glasses that I like and having to buy them because they're really expensive, and then having to get used to brand new glasses, which again is another nightmare for me. So there you go, there's a little insight into my little eye test last weekend. So the last thing that I wanted to talk about was making new friends. So I started a new job in July, so I think it was like the second to last week in July, and making new friends is so hard. Like, it's great, and where I work there's 500 people who work there, so the likelihood was that I was always going to find friends. It was just going to be difficult, sort of thing. And I found some really lovely friends, and they're kind of similar to my age and have the same interests and stuff like that. But I do find it hard, like, when they want to like meet up outside of work. So on Thursday we had like a barbecue at work. It was like a late summer barbecue, which was great, all good, fine. And then afterwards, like, a lot of people wanted to go out to the pub, which was cool. I'm totally up for that. But I kind of find it difficult. Like, I know, like, this is a really mumsy thing to say, but like on a school night, like it was a Thursday, and I didn't want to stay out late because I was tired because I'd done like a whole day at work, and like there was stuff I needed to do back home, like washing like my clothes and like washing my hair and stuff, and I have long hair so it takes a while, and I kind of like, I took my friend there because she had like drunk too much at the barbecue, and that was fine. But it's really awkward, like when you want to leave and you have someone with you as well and they don't want to leave. And she was like really lovely about it, but I kind of felt bad at like 8:30 being like, not like can we go, but she said she only wanted the one drink, which I was totally cool with. So I had lemonade and she had, I think she had like a ginger beer or like some sort of alcoholic beer. Anyway, and it was just really hard to be like, is it okay if we leave? And I think if that's the difficult thing about making new friends, is like working people out and sussing out like how much of a friend they are, and you know, whether they'd be cool with like leaving the pub early on a Thursday. And it was fine because like the next day more people went out to the pub because it was Friday, and she went out again and I didn't because I had plans. So it was fine. Like, I don't know why I worried about it, but it's just kind of all part of making new friends, and it's good. Like, it's good to make new friends and to try and challenge myself, especially like pubs can be really like sensory environments because they're loud, they're noisy, and we were like outside as well, so there were smokers, and it's not that I have like, you know, the problem with the smokers, it's more the smoke that kind of hangs like in your hair and on your clothes. I find that really difficult sensory wise. So it's the little things like that can kind of, I don't know, like I'll be kind of normal Emily and be enjoying a situation, and then something little will turn the switch on and kind of flick me to sensory Emily, and Emily's got heightened senses and everything's a little bit too much, and it's kind of difficult because nobody really knows that side of me, like when you're just starting to make friends. And a lot of my friends don't know about my sensory issues, so that's just another kind of thing that's happened this week that I thought I'd have a little chat about.